Hello everyone, once again it's the Psalmist here. Welcome to today's episode of my answer on Quora. The question that I have today, the question that I'm gonna give an answer to today is the question the person wants to know: would it be beneficial to society if obituaries, even homilies, I don't know what that word means, expose the flaws of people instead of closing over one's faults? So this person wants to know that at a funeral, maybe at my death, should people really reveal my true character, the way that I live my life, or should they just tell the truth about the way that I live my life? So the answer that I've given reads: yes, if I die, people must know the truth about me. Closing over my obituary does not help the people who had come to my funeral, especially when I died in line with what I was doing. Imagine if I died from drug addiction. Instead of telling people literally what this that this is the result of drugs, my obituary goes on to say other things about me which do not harm the people who are alive. But if people are told that I died because of my addiction to drugs, some of my friends who were probably taking these narcotics with me may stop. If a thief gets killed in a shootout with police and we tell the truth, some young people will stop stealing. If a cheater gets shot after sleeping for another person's spouse and at their funeral we reveal what really happened, people will stop to go into bed with other people, the other person's spouses. I'm not promoting killing people, but the truth does not bandage a cancerous part. It yanks it out, and the blood gushes out to clean the wound. Then it will be ready to be bandaged. Then the patient won't die, but live. And this is exactly what happens in society. And that is the answer that I've given. This is exactly what happens in society. It's like at the person's funeral, everybody just trying to say good things, even when there are no good things to say. People try to invent things that he was such a good person, he was just misunderstood. No, of course, it's gonna hurt the family when they hear these things. But if it's true, then well, it's gonna hurt, but it's true. It's better the truth comes out than we trying to make a person look good, even though he was bad. You see, it's like in the village where I come from, you can know a person, growing up, watching them, knowing that they're a thief, knowing that they make a living out of stealing other people's goods, and then they can get killed. I once remember a person who once got killed for stealing cheese. He got shot. He tried to steal cheese in a shop, and then he started running away, and then he got shot by the kid, and then he died. But at the funeral, people are trying to talk about, how good he was and all that. And I understand that a person can live a good life and at one point in their life do something wrong and then die because of the wrong that they've done. Yeah, tell the truth. Say that this person lived righteously or correctly for a period of time, and then at the end did this wrong thing or this evil thing which led to their death. Which will teach people that you must keep doing the right thing all the time, because your right thing can be undone by one wrong thing. Your reputation could be lost. A man could be loving and have a good reputation among his people, and then at the end he just lusts after a young woman and sleeps with that woman, and then the wife finds out and he divorces him, and then the people who loved him and held him in high regard no longer hold him in high regard, because what happened with that young woman? So he has ruined his reputation over a young woman whom he thought was sexier than his wife. Do you see that? So if people tell the truth about the evil that I was doing during my lifetime, and then if especially if I die because of the evil, people get to see that evil is bad. People get to see that crime does not pay. Crime gets you in the wrong side of the police, and eventually you may end up in a shootout if you're a thief, and they can kill you, because the police are men. You can kill two or three, but eventually they're gonna kill you, and it's not gonna end well for you. And if you have a family, that family will have to cry over things that you have brought on your own head. You see, even in Christianity, You will find a pastor who knows that a person was an open sinner, a person was just doing evil, he wasn't hiding it. And then at his funeral, the pastor tried to gloss over the thing and said that he was such a good person, he was just misunderstood. That does not do the people who came to the funeral any good. You see, because if you were to preach, of course, you are not, you can't condemn a person who's already dead. What you should be saying as a pastor is that, at the end of the day, everyone will die. You see, like the Bible says, you're gonna die and then you're gonna appear before your Maker. The question is, what did you do with your life? What did you do with your life in such a way that you can appear before your Maker? You know, believing that I have done everything that God said I must do in terms of believing in Jesus Christ, in terms of believing that I'm not righteous, I'm not good, I can only enter into heaven through faith in Jesus Christ, and holding on to that so that when you appear before God, you can say, but I know that I'm not good, I know that I'm not righteous, but you said I must believe in Christ, and that's exactly what I did. And I did everything in terms of what the Bible commands, believing that if I do that, I will enter. And what you said is that I must believe in Christ. Do you see that? But if people did not believe, people just lived lawlessly, they did what they want them, and the pastor comes along, believe that they can preach them into heaven. That does not harm the people who are not believers at that time and who are at the funeral. You see, so the truth will always heal. It can hurt. Like if you have to go through a surgery, it'll hurt. Even after surgery, you're gonna feel pain. But you're gonna heal, and after that, you're not gonna feel the pain. So it is best that obituaries, and it is best if the family becomes the ones who decide that we're gonna tell the truth at the funeral. We're gonna tell the truth about our brother or about our sister or about our parent, that this is exactly how he lived. And if they died in line of what they did, it helps other people not to do what he did, so that they may live and not die. And that is all that I have to say about the question here. Would it be beneficial to society for obituaries expose the flaws of people instead of closing over one's fault? And if you believe that you could have given a different answer or a better answer, you're free to leave your comment, and then you can also give this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for listening.